What up, though? Ciskoe with the Tinman podcast. I'm blessed in so many ways. I got a good friend of mine from TG, Chula. Second Chance Will. Please make your introduction, my boy.
Well, first off, thank my man Ciskoe for coming down to the Chula Vista to interview me. I don't know why. I'm not special. But again, I appreciate you coming by. And like you said, my name is Second Chance Will. Second chance, God gave me a second opportunity to do this thing right, and I'm not going to waste it. And I guess a little bit of my backstory. I grew up right here in San Diego, on the southeast side of San Diego. And my childhood, I want to say, wasn't normal, but it's so normal to be in the struggle, to be in gangs, to be impoverished at certain points of my childhood that it is normal, right? It is normal. So that was my story. I entered into a gang at a very young age, looking for something that I didn't find in my home. And that negative mindset eventually took me to prison, where I spent 16 years of my life at the age of 17. And now I'm here. I'm free. And
16 years?
Yeah, 16 years, man.
What does 16 years do to a man?
Man, 16 years can refine a man. That's what 16 years can do.
In what way?
In what way? So what they say, don't let the time do you, do the time. And so that's what the time did to me. You know, I became a man. I went in a boy. You know, I was lost. I thought I had these negative warped belief systems. I thought I had enemies, but the only enemy I truly had was myself, right? Because I didn't hold myself to a higher standard.
Yes, sir.
So when I was in there, and when I say I did the time, I read books. I listened to older dudes who went through all the things that I went through, or that I was going through. They went through all those things, so I learned from them. I wasn't big-headed, you know. I wasn't stubborn. I just listened. I learned, and you know, now I can say I prayed.
Oof.
I prayed.
What does praying do to a man that comes from a broken home, that looked for guidance in the streets, to a man that couldn't find answers at home, so he fought it with the homies? Like, what did praying do? What did praying do for you?
So I'll take you on that journey of prayer and worship and belief in God. As a young man, I was really into my church, and when I was incarcerated, I lost my faith, and I started to question my faith. And the biggest question was, why do I believe what I believe? And when I look back, I can say I didn't go to church because I believed in God. I went to church because I was told to go to church, right? So now that I was a grown man at 17, 18 years old, I had to think, do I really believe this? And at that point in my life, I didn't. And maybe it was because the circumstance I was going through, you know, just incarceration, everything, and I was going home, all those different things. And because of that, you know, I lost my faith, and I went further into the depths of darkness, right? And fed into that gang mentality. Now, along that journey, I started to read books. I started to gain knowledge of self. I started to refine who I was as a man. And then when I came home, fast forward a couple of years, 'cause I came home in 2022. Fast forward a couple of years, I want to say, last year, 2024, and I was on a camping trip. You're not going to believe this. It's like one of those stories that you see in the movie, bro. I'm telling you. I was on a camping trip, man, and I was laying, my then girlfriend, now wife, was laying on one side. My stepson was laying on the other side. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just began to cry, bro. And mind you, I was a person who, I believed in the higher power. I didn't believe Jesus Christ died for my sins. I didn't believe any of those things. But in that moment, you know, God convicted my spirit. He convicted my soul, and I started crying, and I just started thanking God, like, thank you for every blessing you've given me. My life is a dream come true, and it's only because of you. And anything that I believe that I am, a great man, you know, a great father, a partner, you know, inspiration, whatever those things you think I am or society thinks I am, it's only because of God. And now I just want to spend the rest of my life serving you. And this is the conversation that I had at 1 o'clock in the morning in the woods, in that tent, you know, with two sleeping bodies beside me. And so since then, that's what I pray. I pray.
The lamb spoke.
I pray. I'm the prodigal son. I came home.
Brother.
In more ways than one.
And you know what's so beautiful about that? So many people say, man, you're full of it. You know, when you have a real man, a real testimony speaking from right here, and you're saying it because you struggled. Not too many people struggled, right? You can go to prison and not learn nothing.
Right.
You learn so many things, and you switched it around, and most people are like, how do you do that? What's a good book you advise people to read, like just for educational purposes?
One book that I think people should read is The Four Agreements. right? The Four Agreements was a powerful book, and even though I'm name dropping the book, I don't remember all the agreements, y'all. I don't, right? But there's 2 agreements that really stood out to me, and one above all was to forgive yourself.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's one of the main agreements that stuck with me to this day, and the reason why I say forgive yourself is because we all make mistakes and we all make decisions, right? Sir. And those decisions to join a gang and commit crimes, those are conscious decisions that I made as a young man. It wasn't a mistake. I didn't trip and fall into that life, right? But I no longer think that way.
Yes, sir.
So now that I no longer think that way, I'm no longer going to continue to penalize myself for things that I did in my past. I'm only going to become better because of it, right? Because now I know, and now I'm going to help share that story with other people who experience the same struggles and misunderstandings that I did.
I got a question. You work for TG.
Right.
You're part of TG, not just an employee. You're what?
I'm a part owner of the gym Chula Vista. Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
Again, I sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm just like, why me, God? Like, why me?
Why not? Why not you?
There's nothing special about me.
Yes,
and if I'm special, well, let me finish it. If I'm special, then we're all special.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
I don't have a degree. I don't have a certification. I don't have any discernible talent that society says that's a talent, right? I can sing, I can do this, I can do all those different things. I'm just a regular man with determination to do things the right way. That's what a man determined to do things the right way. And now I'm Christ-led. Right? Now I'm Christ-led. Before I just wanted to do good. Now I want to do great in the name of God. Right? That's what I want to do now. And so, again, I'm not special. God made us all unique.
Yes, sir.
Every single last one of us. So because of that, anything that I've done, anyone else can do. It may be little harder for the next man. It may be a little bit harder, but it is possible.
Of course it's possible. You're a proven fact.
Come on now.
Right?
Let's go. You're a proven fact.
Come
on now, look at you. look at the Tinman. You feel me? Look at the shirt, look at the apparel, look at the lives that you change on a daily basis. Every single time you jump on Instagram and tell your stories, your insights, your knowledge, you share your vulnerabilities. Yes. Every single time, those change people's lives. The only reason I know you is because of someone who watched your video and said, "Hey, Will, you need to talk to this guy. He is so inspirational." And now look at us.
We're right here.
Come on now.
Changing lives.
Changing lives.
Making better moves for other people that they say, man, I have doubt.
Right.
And you can't tell me. I'm a recovering person. Mm-hmm. I'm still recovering. I struggle each day. And there's days I'm like, man, if I just go back to that little bottle, back to that little vice, things might get a little better for me.
Right.
But the minute I do, what am I doing? I'm going to let all the people that actually listen to what I got to say and be like, you know what? This man was full of shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, most definitely.
But I always tell people, man, we can always set back, but to come back, just don't stay back there. Some people just don't know how to move forward.
Right.
But we are the ones that got to move forward so we can give the next man a little bit of hope to move forward.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely, 100%. It's all about being an example for those that come after us, right? That's what we have to do every single day. Change what it means to be formerly incarcerated.
That's Bo over there. That's Bo.
Change what it means to be formerly incarcerated.
Yes, sir.
We are examples. We talked earlier about scarlet letters, right?
Oof.
We talked, earlier about stigmas.
Yes.
And one of those stigmas is being formerly incarcerated. A lot of times, it is like one of the biggest compliments someone can give me when they say, "I didn't even know you were in prison," or "I can't even tell you were ever in prison." Right? No. And then what does that look like? As if it's one version of the formerly incarcerated person.
Yes, sir.
We are human,
yes, sir.
Right? We are just like everyone else. We just got caught for the mistakes or the decisions that we did.
Yes.
Right? There are people who never been caught and did the exact same things that we did. So why are they different from us? Right? We're the same. So those scarlet letters, man, I didn't let incarceration define me. I made it refine me.
Yes.
Right? I'm a refined product. And now you are a refined product. All these people who have gone through what we went through, we are people of lived experience. We are credible messengers, right? We can go into schools. We can go into prisons. We can go into juvenile halls. We can go into gyms. We can go into all these places that other people don't want to go and tell them, man, you can come up out of this darkness. right?
Every day.
How do you know, bro? How can you? Because I was there.
All day.
And look at me.
And we're not talking about, oh man, we know how to spread. Oh, we know how to make some pruno. Hey man, we actually lived there for a long time. We were assets there. Now we're assets to the world, to people.
How did you turn your pain into a purpose? How did you talk about overcoming the struggle and how you use that? Talk about that.
You know what it is? I used to sit there, right, when I was in the cell, and I used to have this journal where I write, like, man, all these scars I have in my body. You know, I'll look at, these are reminders of, like, okay, do I want to cut my hand again? Do I want a broken nose again? Do I want broken teeth? Do I want scars from a handcuff? Do I want to live that again? No, fuck no. So I take all this scars, the pain, the hurt, the loneliness, the holding takes, and I take that in my heart and I give it out in a different way where I can bring life, because I figured I suffered. Why do you gotta suffer if I can tell you my story and it can change your point of view of making that fucking mistake? When I really was the mistake, I've been the mistake. You don't gotta do it, dog. I'm telling you, you're not gonna like it. You might not make it.
Yeah.
Because looking at you might just break. You know what I'm saying? You might just break. So it's like, no, man, I'm telling you right now. He's telling you right now that change is possible, man. And one thing I really, really want you to tell this audience is, like, the breaking point for you to, like, okay, I'm just a employee here. How am I going to get myself moving up that ladder? What pushed you to be like, okay, I want more of just...
Nothing pushed me, honestly. Nothing pushed me. I came here, and again, this is what I tell, I'm not special. When I say that, it's not me putting myself down. It's putting me on the same level of everybody else in humanity.
Yes, sir.
Right? We are the same. I am not stand out.
Yeah.
Right? We stand together. And when I say nothing pushed me, all I did was work hard. All I did was connect with people. All I did was be myself. Right, I've never been afraid of hard work in my life.
Yeah.
Right, so I knew when I came home I was going to be successful. Didn't know what that success would look like.
Yeah.
Didn't know, but I knew that I'm a hard worker. I'm willing to do what others won't do. Right, I'm willing to talk to people. I'm willing to connect. Right, I knew those things. Right, I didn't have the stigma of prison when I came home. Like, I can't be around people. I love people.
Yeah.
Like, I love people, so I just wanted to be around people and hear people's stories and learn and soak up everything that I could.
Yeah.
Right. And so that was the journey to my success. Just being open to new experiences, not being one to say no, and working harder than everyone else around me.
You know what's crazy? I'm an iron worker, journeyman iron worker by trade, right?
Local what?
Local 229.
There you go. Shout out.
And then I became a laborer, right? The business agent for the iron workers just walked in there.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, that was him. That was Bo. He walked in. He's like, I'm just like, you know what? I was a proud iron worker, man, but I knew I wanted to follow a dream.
Right.
So I joined the laborers just to kind of see where my life's going to go. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Then I'm looking right here and I tell my people, like, you know what? If I really want to follow a dream, this is where I got to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? I love working with my hands. I love being in the high rises. I love doing stuff that I do, right? But then I'm like, man, if this doesn't work out, what am I going to do? I can always go back to work, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to take a risk. Mm-hmm. We took risk when we were over there gangbanging. People don't know, you take a risk every time. You might get caught, you might not get caught, right? So why not take a risk for something positive?
Yes.
For something you want to follow your heart, something you believe, a dream.
Yeah.
And that's what people are scared of. Like, hey, man, take a fucking risk. Follow your heart, man. What do you believe in? What you stand for? Who are you as a person? What do you want out of life? Because I know I don't want that out of life. I want to be a big influence. I want to stand in a platform and tell people, man, you can fucking change your life. You can change your fucking life. And you can change your life. Right? Don't be scared.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, is change is possible.
Yes, sir.
Change is necessary.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of times we hear change and it's a bad thing, but that's what we're supposed to do. It's growth, right? We're children, and we think as children. We become men, we can no longer think as children.
No, sir.
Right?
No.
You have life's experiences, so you need to be better.
Yes, sir.
You need to be better, right? And it's not enough to just say, don't do that. So I'm gonna speak to, you know, individuals who like to talk to kids and say, hey, don't do what I'm doing. No, you are an influence to those around you. So it's not don't do what I'm doing. You stop doing what you're doing, right? Stop doing what you're doing. I told a friend of mine, his brother is fighting life, right? He's fighting life, and everybody around them, my friend, his whole family gangbang, everybody gangbang, everybody gangbang, and everybody's telling him don't gangbang as a child. They're telling him don't gangbang, but what he sees is the glorification of the life that you're telling him not to follow. As a child, he's gonna do what he sees before he does what he's told. Right? So it's our duty to change ourselves so that the youth can change their lives and better their lives. We have to be the example in action, not in words. Right? I don't talk about not gangbanging and then throw up gang signs or say, gang words or things like that. I say, don't live this life, and I won't live it either. I also don't play the music, right? And, I'm not going to, I won't stand on a soapbox or anything like that. But for me, I cannot play music that glorifies murdering young men. You know what I'm saying? I can't play that music and think that's okay, right? Because I lived that life. And I know if I'm playing it, somebody else is listening to it, and they're following it just like I did, right? When I was ready to do crimes, I listened to that type of music. Man,
I'm guilty of that sometimes, and I catch myself now.
Yeah.
I catch myself. I'm a little, I'm not a little bit guilty. I'm all the way guilty when it comes to that sometimes. Sometimes I feel some type of way, and I just, on my post, I put a song about, like, I'm broken inside, I'm this, I'm that. And then later on, I'm like, man, you know what? I just kind of just told on myself. You know what I mean? But then it's like I'm really trying to make an impact, but then I just want people to see my vulnerable side as well,
For sure.
And the thing is, like, you know what? That's one habit I'm trying to break. Like, sometimes the music I play, I shouldn't put it on there because I'm trying to change certain things about my life, and I'm sending the wrong message. Or like, let's say I'm with the homies and I'm still throwing up the neighborhood, right? What am I saying there?
What is that? What are you saying?
What am I
saying? Some kid is going to see that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's still, because they're living it.
Yes.
Right? They don't have the ability to be sitting back like the big homies and say this and this and that.
Yeah.
But then go home to their wife and kids.
Yes.
Right? The things that you glorify is the things that they're living out.
Yes.
Right? They're actually putting their life on the line.
Yes.
They're making their bones.
Yes.
And why not push them towards, education or trades or the military or entrepreneurial spirits? You know what I'm saying? All those things we can push these kids to and tell them this isn't the life. And I'm not just telling you it's not the life. I'm no longer living this either.
Yeah.
This is really not it, right? There's only two ways. You will be incarcerated. You will be shot or killed.
Yes,
there's only two ways. If you're an active gang member, you're going to die. You're going to go to prison. Two ways about it.
And you know what gets me out is who they say, oh, I'm still here for the neighborhood. Hey, dog, you've been working for 20 years, homie. Come on, dog. No, it doesn't work that way.
Man.
It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Either you're involved or you're not. Right?
Yes, sir. But we work together, though.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So, again, this isn't us just bashing everybody.
No.
We're trying to, open the eyes of everybody. Maybe some of these people that we were in this life with are still asleep.
Yes.
So it's my job to wake you up.
All day.
Wake you up to the realities.
We're the sleeping giants.
We're the sleeping giants.
We're just sleeping giants, and we're here to make a name for a good cause.
Definitely.
Move the community and be a service to the community.
Man,
that's the whole purpose.
Definitely. And that's what we're doing right here in Chula Vista.
Yes, sir.
Right out front of the gym Chula Vista.
Woo.
TG. If you're over here, pull up. We'd love to have you. And we're just always trying to give back to our community. Right here at this gym that I'm blessed to be a part of, we do so many different things for our community.
Yes, sir.
Whether it be giving back to the homeless with some of our members, do international work with Post P. We do help families with kids with incurable diseases. We do so much for our community, and not because we want anything back, because it's on our heart to give, right?
Yes,
and so
sir.
I'm glad, I'm blessed, I am truly blessed to be a part of this community. And we also do Bible study right here at the gym at 8:30 on Saturday, right in the gym. So, man, we giving thanks to God for every opportunity that comes our way. What's up? I got an answer for you.
We wrap this up.
What's up?
If you can give the audience one piece of advice, what's your purpose? What's going to help them? And how can they contact you if they want to know anything about this gym? How do they get in contact with the gym?
All right. That was more than one question, but I'm gonna give you 3 answers.
There you go. There you go.
My purpose now is to be an example for my family. First and foremost, my first is to be an example for Christ.
Yes, sir.
Right? Like I walk in Christ's name, and everything I do needs to be a reflection of Him. Second is my family. I need to be a great husband to my wife, a great father to my kids. That's what I need to be. And then I need to give back to my community because that fuels me, right? Giving back fuels me. I have to do it,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
I have to do it.
Yes, sir.
So those are the things that fuel me, those are my passions, those are my my purpose. And then when you ask about how people can get in contact with me, again, he said at the beginning, my name is Second Chance Will. That's my Instagram name, Second Chance Will. And again, God gave me another chance at this, and I'm not going to waste it. So you can get at me on Instagram, Second Chance Will. You can go William Riggs on Facebook, YouTube, Post P Chronicles, TikTok, Post P Chronicles. And yeah, reach out, and I'll let you know about the Gym Chula Vista right here on 3rd Avenue. I got you. Come by.
Again, Will, thank you. Always a pleasure to sit and talk with you, man. Good friend of mine, man. I feel like this is only gonna get better. Thank you guys for joining us. Please tag, post, thumbs up, follow our YouTube channel on Tinman podcast. And this is what we do. We're trying to change lives, change communities, and be a service to the world, man. Blessings to all.
Blessings to all.